We are departing from Mysuru Junction on time at 10 a.m. I managed to board the train just in time as it was pulling out. Wouldn't recommend anybody to try such stupid things. But then my incoming train was delayed and arrived about 40 minutes behind schedule. That's the reason I was forced to board this train after it had started moving. But anyway, I'm traveling in C2 today, which is essentially an AC 3-tier coach, which is earmarked as AC chair car for this leg of the journey, that is from Mysuru to Hubballi. Two AC 3-tier coaches are earmarked as AC chair car coaches from Mysuru to Hubballi in this train. So yeah, this is the 19668 Mysuru Udaipur Palace Queen Humsafar Express. It has 16 3-tier AC coaches and 1 sleeper coach. Both these AC chair car coaches will become AC 3-tier coaches after Hubballi. This coach is empty, just me and a couple of other passengers. C1 has about 50% occupancy. The train is being powered by a WDP-4D diesel locomotive from Bhagat Ki Koti shed. I'll try to show the locomotive later when we make a longer halt at Bangalore. First halt is going to be at Mandya. So we are crossing the Mysuru New Goods Terminal. This is where my incoming train was halted for about 40 minutes. We are crossing the historic Srirangapatna station. All these are sugarcane plantations. So right now we are approaching Mandya, which is the land of sugar. There are a lot of mills producing sugar here. In Kannada, Mandya is known as Sakkare Nadu. That's the land of sugar. Pandavapura. Some cool looking rock formations at a distance. Now this train doesn't have a particularly impressive average speed. In fact, it's not even classified as a super fast train. However, it does skip some major stations en route. So for example, after Bangalore it skips stations like Yeshwanthpur, Tumkur, Arsikere, Birur, Kadur, all those stations, and stops directly at Davangere, followed by Hubballi. Then it skips Dharwad and stops directly at Belgavi. So it skips a lot of major stations on this sector. That's the Bangalore, Hubballi, Belgavi sector. Yet it has a lot of slack built into its timetable. And that's the reason it's not classified as a super fast train. The interiors are typical AC 3-tier interiors that you find in almost all LHB trains these days. You have charging sockets for each seat. So there are 6 charging points for the 6 seats on this side. There's one there for the side lower berth, just behind that curtain. For the side upper berth, I don't think there's any charging socket. It is there. No. Side upper berth doesn't have charging sockets. But other than that, it's the typical 3-tier AC LHP interior. Nothing special about it. So we had made an unscheduled halt in the station, Hubballi. Some train crossed us on the other line. So by the time I came to the door, the train had already passed. Just bought a cup of tea from a pantry car vendor, and look at the quantity of tea. That's half a cup, isn't it? Anyway, I'm not going to fret over a cup of tea, because I'm here to enjoy the journey. I'm in no mood to pick up fights, so half a cup of tea.
Chai, soup, cup noodles.
That's the Kochuveli-Mysuru Express. It used to run till Bangalore city. It was recently extended to Mysuru to free up space at Bangalore. We've made yet another unscheduled halt at Yeliyur. The reason is that the Tumkur passenger is running just ahead of us. The Chamarajanagar Tumkur passenger. We'll be overtaking it before Bangalore. Don't know where exactly though. And we've started off with the characteristic LHB jerk. Next stop is going to be at Mandya, and I'll try to get something to eat for breakfast, because I don't trust the pantry guys anymore, especially after that half a cup of tea. I don't know if you can see that, but there are windmills installed on top of a house. That's cool, isn't it? Always throw your waste in the right place. See, it wasn't that hard, was it? A look at my empty coach. We are pulling into Mandya station. Sakkare Nadu Mandya, or the land of sugar Mandya. It's actually called the land of sugar and rice. That's the KSRTC bus station. That's the Bagalkot-Mysuru Basava Express. I don't see any vendors on the platform here, which is sad. And we depart from Mandya. That's a beautiful sight, isn't it? Our national flag fluttering high. We are about to pass through Madur, the land of the Madur Vada. If you don't know what a Madur Vada is, just look it up on Google. So, some railway catering staff at the Madur station came up with this dish back in the day. It's not exactly a dish, is it? It's just a savory. It's a vada. So this is Madur station. And we are overtaking the Tumkur passenger, which has been halted on the other side. This train has a beautiful name, Palace Queen Humsafar. That's because it connects the two cities with the most number of palaces, Udaipur and Mysuru, both heritage cities. Mysuru is known as the city of palaces, so is Udaipur. So I think it's an apt name, and a very beautiful name at that, Palace Queen Humsafar. There goes the Chennai-Mysuru Vande Bharat Express. We are skipping Channapatna, which is known as the land of toys. This place is famous for its wooden toys, which have also been featured in the Republic Day tableaus on behalf of Karnataka state government.
Cold coffee,
So we are skipping Ramanagara station. This place is famous for the shooting of the Bollywood blockbuster movie from the yesteryears, at Sholay. I'm sure if you're from India, you must have watched this movie Sholay, or at least heard of it. It featured Bollywood stars such as Amitabh Bachchan, Dharmendra, and I don't remember the villain's name, but his name in the movie was Gabbar Singh. He's the most popular villain in Bollywood even to this day. There's a scene in that movie where a steam engine hauled train blasts through a pile of wood that's placed on the tracks. I don't know where that scene was picturized, if it was here or somewhere else, but a lot of the other popular scenes from that movie were picturized in those hills that you see up ahead. Let me zoom in. I'm sure we'll get a better view of those hills in a few minutes. So a lot of the famous scenes from that movie were shot in those hills, those rock formations that you see ahead. This place is even marked on Google Maps as the Sholay film shooting location. So these are the hills where the movie Sholay was shot. That's the Mysore-Bangalore expressway. It is access controlled, so two-wheelers and three-wheelers are not allowed. We're skipping Bidadi station. What you see right there is an adventure ride at the Wonderla amusement park. We are in the suburbs of Bangalore city now, entering Kengeri station. There's a sharp curve here. There's a speed restriction of 20 kmph. We're taking the loop line. That's the empty rake of the Bangalore-Belgaum Superfast. Belgavi Superfast. It shares its rakes with the Rani Chennamma Express. So we've been halted at Kengeri. So it was a stop and go from Kengeri. We didn't halt for long, just a few seconds. As we get deeper into Bangalore city, the concrete jungle is going to get denser and denser. That's the metro line. As of now, we are running on time. Scheduled arrival at Bangalore city is 12:10. Right now it's 12 p.m. So 10 more minutes. Empty rake of the Kannur Express being shunted out of Bangalore city. Stopping at Hubballi as well. This is typical whenever you take a train to Bengaluru. The train will be made to halt outside the main stations due to congestion at the main Bengaluru city or Yeshwanthpur stations. The section controlling is partly to be blamed though. Cannot put the entire blame on congestion alone. Trees which were chopped down during the electrification of this line are slowly blooming back again. So we are now past our scheduled arrival time at Bengaluru, delayed by about 15 minutes, which doesn't really matter in the grander scheme of things because this train has a bucket load of slack after Bangalore, especially in the Bangalore-Hubballi section, where this train has been given almost 8 hours, or almost exactly 8 hours, to cover the distance of 400 something kilometers, which the Vande Bharat does in under 6 hours, around 5 hours I guess. And this train has just one halt compared to the 2 halts that the Vande Bharat has. The speeds are going to be the same anyway. Both the trains run at 110 kmph, which is the section MPS. My only concern right now is finding food at Bangalore. I hope the train halts for at least 10 minutes because the pantry vendors are selling only overpriced veg biryani, which I don't trust. That's a hospital named after the legend Puneet Rajkumar. This curve is so sharp that check rails have been provided to prevent the wheels from slipping off the tracks. You can see those check rails. Let me zoom in. There, the inner rail that you see is called the check rail. That prevents the flange of the wheel from slipping off the tracks. These are the Bangalore Metropolitan Transport Corporation BMTC buses. It's kind of like BST in Mumbai or DTC in Delhi. So we are entering Krantivira Sangolli Rayana Bengaluru City Station. It was earlier called Bengaluru City Junction, but now has been renamed to Krantivira Sangolli Rayana Station, Bengaluru. That's the coaching yard. There's an Alco diesel shunter here, a WDS6, belongs to Krishna Rajapuram shed. Those are the stabling lines and pit lines between platforms 4 and 5. So those pit lines are preventing the expansion of this station. Once those pit lines are shifted out of here, more platforms can be added. So we've been taken on platform number 8, which is typical. So this is all I could manage to find on the platforms here. A couple of egg puffs and a couple of Madur Vadas. That should be enough for now. So we've departed from Krantivira Sangolli Rayana Bengaluru at 12:45, a few minutes behind schedule. That's the Siddhaganga Express to Dharwad, which will be trailing us all the way. Another cup of tea from the pantry staff, this time elaichi tea or cardamom tea, and look at the quantity. This one costs 20 rupees a cup, not 10 rupees, and yet look at the quantity. I mean, what do these people get by cheating everyone, right? I don't understand. How much can you earn by cheating people? Anyway, let's enjoy the journey. Beautiful views. Haha. We are skipping Yeshwantpur Junction. It's going to be a low speed skip. I'm barely crawling through. So we are not skipping the station, we've come to a halt.
Coffee, wala coffee.
A lot of people are rushing to board the general coaches of this train, which are non-existent. This train doesn't have any general coaches. It's just the one sleeper coach at the front, and that's it. All other coaches are 3-tier AC. So we've departed from Yeshwantpur after a very brief halt. Now the platform was the rake of the Kondavidu Express from Machilipatnam to Yeshwanthpur. The coaching yard of Yeshwanthpur is on the other side. So now theoretically it should be a non-stop run all the way up to Davangere, which will reach at around 4 p.m. as per schedule. But I'm sure there will be plenty of unscheduled halts along the way. That's the line towards Yelahanka, which trains like the Bangalore Rajdhani take. Right after that is the Yeshwanthpur bypass running line. This is used by trains such as the Vasco Velangani Express to bypass Yeshwanthpur junction. There's something interesting on top of that hill. I don't know what that is. Might be a temple. Some more rocky hills, just like we had seen earlier at Ramanagara. That's some passenger train with a complex rake sharing arrangement. So we are about to skip Tumkur city. This is also known as the land of coconuts. You can see plenty of coconut palms around here.
पानी
The crowd waiting at the station is for the Siddhaganga Express, which is trailing us. Skipping Tiptur. We have been halted just outside Arsikere station. I hope we skip the station. So as per the home signal of Arsikere, we are not being sent on any loop line. We'll stay on the main line. So hopefully we'll skip the station. The Belgavi Mysuru Vishwamanava Express departing from Arsikere, and will make an unscheduled halt on the main line. You get nice idlis here called tatte idlis. They're made on small plates. However, there are no vendors on this platform. All the vendors are on platform number 1 waiting for some train. So yeah, no idlis for me today from Arsikere. So as of now, I'm the only one in my coach. There are no other passengers till Hubballi. This coach will be allotted as a 3A coach from Hubballi. So until then, I'll be the only passenger. I'll get off at Hubballi anyway. So that's why we were halted here. A freight train is pulling into the yard. That's most likely heading towards Hassan. A line branches off from here towards Hassan. So we depart from Arsikere after a long halt. I think it's going to be a non-stop run all the way up to Ramanagara. We made an unscheduled halt at Kadur as well. That road that you see right there, it runs under the station. That road connects Chikmagalur with Kadur. So the road actually runs below the station here. Sort of an underpass. We're approaching Birur now, from where the line towards Shimoga branches off. stand at the door for more than a few minutes at a time because of the heat. You stay in the month of February and it's already so hot outside, especially in these regions which are known for their cool climates. I guess summer has arrived early this time around. Just before I started recording, the Dharwad Bangalore Vande Bharat Express crossed us, and it has covered the distance from Hubballi to here in just 2.5 hours. And we have almost another 4 hours to reach Hubballi as per the timetable. Meanwhile, we are skipping Chikjajur Junction. The line towards Chitradurga deviates from here. So the line on the right goes towards Chitradurga. There are plenty of windmills on those hills. Although bedrolls aren't provided for AC chair car bookings, pillows and blankets have been placed on the side upper berth. Passengers can utilize them if they wish to. Meanwhile, that's the Hubballi-Bangalore Jan Shatabdi Express, which has just crossed us. So yeah, coming back to the bedrolls. Bed sheets won't be provided. Nor will they provide you towels, hand towels. However, pillows and blankets have been placed on the side of a berth and you can utilize them, especially when the train is empty or the coach is empty like it is today. So if you're planning a short distance trip by one of these long distance running trains, then do check if some of the AC 3-tier coaches are earmarked as AC chair car coaches for your destination, because you can save a significant amount of money and travel with the same AC 3-tier coach by paying the fare for AC chair car like I've done. So this coach is available for AC chair car bookings up to Hubballi. After Hubballi, it will be booked as an AC 3-tier coach. So passengers boarding from Hubballi who've booked by this train will have been allotted this coach. So I paid about 20% less than an equivalent AC 3-tier ticket for this AC chair car ticket, and yet I'm traveling in the same comfort as passengers who have paid full fare for the AC 3-tier tickets. And in case you're traveling by this particular train, that is train number 19668, Mysuru Udaipur Palace Queen Humsafar Express, then C1 and C2 are coaches B6 and B7. Those are the two AC 3-tier coaches which are earmarked as AC chair car coaches for the Mysuru Hubballi leg. So don't get confused. It won't be marked anywhere on the coaches that these are C1 and C2. You will have to figure that out on your own by asking the coach attendants or the traveling ticket examiner. So we've reached Davangere at 4:55 p.m. Few minutes behind schedule. Then we still have more than 3 hours to reach Hubballi. I wonder what this camera is pointed at. So we've departed from Davangere. This is Amravati Colony Junction, from where the line towards Hospet deviates. That's the line which goes to Hospet. This is Harihar station. There's a huge industrial area just after Harihar. And after the station lies the Tungabhadra river. And after Tungabhadra river is an industrial area where you have the Harihar polyfibers, Grasim Industries. I think they own the industrial area. We will be crossing the Tungabhadra river now. This is Tungabhadra. That's the Harihar polyfiber factory.
Seat number?
31. The TTs on this train are very active, which is a good thing. They're not letting any unauthorized passengers to be on board. And this is the Kumarapatnam siding, which serves the industrial area. Our next big skip is going to be Haveri, the station which has been now renamed as Sri Mailara Haveri. After that, it's Hubballi. There are no other major stations in between Haveri and Hubballi. This is Ranebindu station. Some train was departing from the station. I don't know what train that was. Couldn't see the name boards. when these Humsafar coaches were initially introduced, they had a lot more features. There were privacy curtains for all berths. There were GPS based information display units in every coach, and there were a few other features which I cannot recall. Also, these trains were supposed to be fully AC trains. That is, the only class of accommodation would be AC 3 tier. The fare would be 30% more than regular trains, and they would have a maximum permissible speed of 130 kmph. However, most of these trains don't achieve that speed. Trains like this, for example, they run at 110 kmph. I think this does 130 kmph after Vasai Road on the Western Railway. Not sure about that. But on these lines, they are restricted to 110 kmph, and also they don't enjoy great priority. I mean, firstly, the timetables are full of slack time, like this train has. We're supposed to reach Hubballi at 8:10 p.m. and now it's just 5 p.m. So we still have about 3 hours to reach Hubballi from here. If you run non-stop, the journey should take about an hour or at most 90 minutes. But a lot of slack has been built into this train's timetable, and it continues as the train progresses. I mean, tomorrow it will pass through Western Railway. Even there it has bucket loads of slack. So it's not an aggressive train in terms of its timetable. Also, the concept of Humsafar expresses being fully AC trains has been diluted by adding sleeper coaches to most of these trains. This train has just one non-AC sleeper coach, but many other Humsafar trains have several sleeper coaches now, especially trains like the Gandhidham Tirunelveli Humsafar Express. A lot of sleeper coaches have been added over the years, and the concept of these trains being premium fully AC trains has been diluted. And once you start adding non-AC sleeper coaches, it'll attract the unauthorized passengers, right? I mean, in this train itself, there are quite a few unauthorized, unreserved travelers who have boarded thinking that, yeah, they can travel in the sleeper coach by purchasing unreserved tickets. That's not true. Had it been a fully AC train, I don't think anybody would have dared to. If you have ever had Mangalorean dishes such as the chicken ghee roast, then the chili that's used in preparing those dishes comes from this place, Byadgi. That chili is called Byadgi chili. And we are being halted here. Of course, why wouldn't we be halted here? We are running way before time. So we've stopped on a sharp curve here for some reason. So somebody had apparently pulled the chain in our coach. So the assistant loco pilot had to come all the way from the loco till here and reset the chain with a key. So we've skipped Haveri. I think somebody has pulled the chain again. We are already on the outskirts of Hubballi. We've been halted at Hubballi East cabin since the past 15 minutes. Still running before time by 30 minutes. About 20 minutes before time. That's the longest platform in the world. So that ends this journey. If you like the video, do consider subscribing to the channel. Until the next one, goodbye.